Business processes are the means by which an organization carries out its work and delivers its products and services to customers. In this topic, we will study the business process hierarchy and how SIPOC is used as a technique at the enterprise level. The SIPOC technique is one of the three techniques used at the enterprise level. SIPOC is a method to properly describe the transformation process within a company that offers products or services. The acronym SIPOC stands for Suppliers, Inputs, Process, Outputs, and Customers, which form the columns of the table. Let's talk about the second and third technique used at the enterprise level of the business process. The second technique is Porter's value chain. The value chain concept was published in 1986. Porter's value chain is a useful strategic management tool. It works by breaking an organization's activities down into strategically relevant pieces so that you can see a fuller picture of the cost drivers and sources of differentiation, and then make changes appropriately. Lastly, we will be discussing the third technique, which is value proposition. It has three areas of focus. First of all, clarifying the outcomes offered by an organization from the delivery of its products or services that the organization believes will be perceived by customers to be beneficial. Secondly, demonstrating to customers that what is delivered will achieve what they desire or need. Thirdly, differentiating organizations from their competitors. A value proposition can be a powerful mechanism where an organization understands what customers require and value, and align this understanding with their values. Now we will be discussing the aspects of a business response level. Business events take place outside the business process under consideration and trigger the process to begin. The events may occur outside the organization or may be internal. Some events are time-related where a business process is automatically initiated at a predefined point. Now further we will be discussing an example of a business process model using UML notation. First is event. The event triggers the business process. This is shown as a filled-in circle. Second is actor. A named person, group, or IT system with responsibility for carrying out one or more tasks. Example is customer. Then comes task. A round-cornered rectangular box that represents work conducted by an actor in one place at one time is a task. Example is check availability of product. Next is swim lane. A row of tasks that are conducted by one actor. A boundary is shown for each swim lane to distinguish the work of one actor from that conducted by another actor. E.g., customer lane in above table. Next is outcome. The situation resulting from the completion of the business process is known as outcome. This is shown as a bullseye, a filled-in circle within an outer circle. Then comes decision point. A diamond-shaped box that represents the application of a business rule in order to determine the next task to be performed is called decision point. Lastly is process flow. An arrow shown from an initiating event to a task, between tasks, or from a task to a final outcome. If we look into each area of analysis in detail, then it is easier for us to understand the roles of different steps. For instance, for understanding an actor, it is important to understand that it can either be a role, a group, or the system with responsibility for performing tasks. And an event, on the other hand, is something that triggers a task. Once the task is triggered in the business, the information is required to conduct the task, which is known as input. And on the next stage, the deliverable products, which are a result of conducting the task, are called output. Likewise, different things are kept under consideration, such as cost, performance measures, which are used to measure the accuracy and timeliness of the task performed. And lastly, steps, which apply business rules on different tasks. Two key aspects to consider while addressing the performance gaps are handoffs and work conducted in the tasks. Handoffs can be defined as the moment when the responsibility for a particular task passes from one person to another. A handoff occurs when one actor passes control of the process to another actor. It can cause information to be lost or communication to fail. Whereas, if we talk about work conducted in the tasks, there are some areas of inefficiency and inconsistency at the task level, such as duplication. Changes to tasks may have caused them to duplicate part or all of the work carried out elsewhere. Redundancy. Tasks or steps within some tasks may have been required at one time but are now unnecessary. However, business processes can be improved by improving some strategies such as simplification, which means by eliminating redundant tasks either by combining or removing them. Next is bottleneck removal. Bottlenecks result when there is a mismatch in the capacities of related tasks. It may be necessary to use process modeling tools to simulate tasks and examine the performance and resource requirements of proposed process redesigns. Moreover, it is very important to understand the purpose of customer journey maps. Customer journey maps examine processes from the customer's perspective. Therefore, when improving processes, there should be a focus on the external customer view. I hope you enjoyed the video.